I guess the attributes of a great leader, great player is, first of all, they lead with their actions. A great leader, I think, has got the ability to inspire people around them. You know, you got to earn your spot, or you got to be an automatic selection, and so that's the first job you get right. If you get that right every week, well, that's probably 80% of your job as a captain, and then the 20% has been able to help others and ensure the team's going well.
Guys look up to the leaders of a team. They're the ones that they aspire to, they follow them. So if they're not doing their job, teams unravel pretty quickly.
The more you understand yourself, I think the more you can manage other people. I think EQ is huge in leadership. Having the ability to empathise with other people and take the time to understand and feel what they're feeling will allow you to influence them when you really need them to be influenced.
Leaders have got to have a good balance. Sometimes they've got to tell you to do things, but other times they'll let you learn from experiences, and they'll actually push you along and encourage, which is great.
Certainly as a younger player or a younger person into the team, if you see your leaders, doing all that extra hard work and really striving for that main goal, it certainly does make the younger members work harder.
If you pick the right people, that's the first thing you've got to get right as a leader. You've got to be able to select well, but you do have to do what you expect others to do, and you have to do what you're going to say you do.
The great leaders, I think, sit in the back of the bus. They don't drive it. They let other people drive it, and what they are is sort of like the umbrella.
Often when you're inexperienced or you're new to leadership, you think, right, I've got to provide all the answers here. You sometimes, and you get overwhelmed by everything. But as soon as you realise that it's fine to ask someone else, and it's actually good to have guys around you that you can work things out with, then you get a better result that way.
At the end of the day, I've got guys that have played as long as I have. I've captained in other teams, so they've got just as much knowledge as I have. And I guess I see my role as making sure that as a group we get the right answer. And it doesn't need to be mine. I think that's the thing that changes. It doesn't have to be me getting it, as long as we get the right answer.
Empowerment is someone who's been employed to do a role within our group, but I've got to let him be or her be the person that they're employed to be. And understanding that along the way they'll make mistakes. But when they do make the mistake, the important thing is not only does that person learn from them, but the whole group does. Clearly, if someone continues to make the same mistake, then you've got an issue, and you've got to step in and say, right, we've got a problem here. But if you're going to give someone a job, then you've got to let them do it. And that means letting them make mistakes. They've got to feel valued, and if they feel valued, then they're going to deliver even better work for you than they would if they're just there going through the motions.
I think when you've got a strong leader, I think the hardest thing for them to do is to empower others. It's tough when you've got a real passion, you've got the direction really clear in your mind, and then all of a sudden to empower and let others requires a risk. I mean, we know that's what he wants to do. He wants to empower us. We can contribute in areas that aren't ours and at least be heard. But I guess ultimately we know that it's going to have to fit between the boundaries of the direction that we're going.
Leadership can be lonely at times. There's no doubt about that, because it's hard to, I guess, have that sort of respect, and it's so easy to lose it if you get it wrong and you become hypocritical. So there is a part of you that, quite conscious how you act.
It's never been about him, never will be if he's got anything to do with it. But he gets this chance to do something now that nobody else has done, to hold on to a second World Cup, a third cup for his nation, a first on overseas soil.